Assalamu alaikum. Welcome my YouTube family to your own channel which is Gold Knowledge Hub. Today we are going to address the issue which is that I can't speak English because I am not from English medium school. I am not an English medium student, so I can't speak English. This is the major question often arising in the majority of the minds of the majority of the persons living in society. So we are going to address it in detail. And before diving into the video, let's share my own example. I belonged and I was being taught in Urdu medium school, and my school was government school, and English was introduced at 5th level, at grade 5th, when we were learning alphabets like A, B, C. And these alphabets are now being taught to the students of play class and before play class. And it was a level of at that time that I was learning alphabets at grade 5th. But it was not the case. With my struggle, with my hard work, I was able to write down the summary in English, and the length of the summary was approximately 2 to 3 pages. 2 to 3 pages, and this summary was written by me in my own words. I used to write it down on any of the topic. The reason behind is that I won essay writing competitions at divisional level, at provincial level. I became gold medalist, and the process of all this lies in the fact that I didn't belong to an English medium school or English medium college. I belong to Urdu medium school, Urdu medium college throughout my educational career. Now let's discuss in detail whether it is good to belong to a English medium school, and if it is a certificate that if you belong to an English medium school you can speak English well, and if you don't belong to an English medium school you can't perform well, you can't utter words, you cannot speak English well. So we are going to discuss it in detail. First of all, keep this thing in your mind that English medium school is not a guarantee that you can speak English well. English medium school gives you grammar, rules, dictation, each and everything, information, but when it comes to speak to English, it's your courage, it's your confidence that matters. And if you belong to an Urdu medium school or Urdu medium college, it doesn't matter. If you have courage, if you have fire inside your heart, if you have urge to do something, you can do something. And if you belong to an English medium school but you don't have confidence, you don't have courage, how can you perform? How can you speak English fluently? It is not the matter of Urdu medium school, it is not the matter of English medium school. It is a fact that English medium schools facilitate us in learning English words, in learning grammar rules, in learning the sentence structures and expressions and information of English. It's a fact. But it is also a reality that in Urdu medium school or college, student has its own fire, its own desire, courage to learn something great. And by the dint of his hard work and courage and devotion and determination, he can perform anything. And this is my own example, and I want to share it so that you can gain confidence and you can have this belief in your mind that it is not the matter that whether you belong to an English medium school or you belong to an Urdu medium school. It does not matter, because you observe in your daily life that those persons who even don't go to school can speak English fluently. Then how is it possible? How is it possible? Even a layman who does not understand the words, he can speak English fluently. It means that the person who has the courage, the person who has the environment, he can speak English well. And you have to create your own environment if you are an English Urdu medium student throughout your educational career. and you have courage and you have desire, burning desire in your heart to speak English well, you will search out, you will find out the resources which are easily available on YouTube in the form of podcasts, in the form of movies, in the form of cartoons. And by these resources, you can easily learn and speak English well. But if you have all the store of English, if you have all the grammatical rules in your mind, but you don't have courage and you don't have confidence, then you can't speak even a single word in the audience. And keep this thing in your mind, all the great personalities of the world, I am telling you, in order to motivate you, all the great personalities of the world not belong to an English medium school, they belong to an average school, they belong to Urdu medium college or school, but they performed very well. Even there are some persons in history who didn't even go to school and they performed very well and they made their names in school, in the history. So I want to prove here is that human beings can do anything if they have urge and desire. The only thing you need to acquire is to have burning desire in your heart. Then practice. You can do practice, and by continuous practice, if you are an English medium student, you also need to have practice in your life to speak English fluently, because it's not our natural language, it's a foreign language, it's a second language. You have to acquire it by your conscious effort. You have to acquire it by your continuous struggle, by your continuous hard work, by your continuous courage. And if you don't give up, if you don't surrender, you will conquer this English language. You can conquer all the languages of the world, because language is only a means of communication. And you have to treat this means of communication in the form of language, not as a subject. When you treat it as a subject, you will not do anything. But if you treat it as a means of language, you can easily conquer the whole domain of language. So my suggestion or my motivation here is that you can speak English fluently, and it does not matter whether you belong to an English medium school or you belong to any native school. Whether you belong to Hindi school, whether you belong to Urdu school, whether you belong to any native school of the world, you can speak English fluently. But the point is that you should have burning desire. You should have fire in your heart to do something great. And this fire in your heart will motivate you, will stir you to do something. It will not make you sleep at night. It will make you alive to your desires. It will make you alive to your aims. It will make you alive to speak English well. And by continuous effort, only if you allot only 8 to 10 minutes daily to speak English fluently, you will continuously do this, and you will have the power and you will do it, inshallah. So this is my lesson of today. Don't give up your struggle, don't give up your courage, don't give up your determination, and keep this thing aside from your mind. Keep this thing out of your mind that if you don't belong to an English medium school, you don't speak English fluently. No, it's not matter. It is the fact. Even a layman, even a cobbler, even a farmer can speak English well without a formal education. Formal education doesn't matter. It's your courage, it's your own desire to speak English well which will motivate you, which will stir you to speak English well. So the whole gist of the lesson is that it is not of importance that you belong to an English medium school or Urdu medium school. But the most important thing which matters a lot is your desire, your fire which is in your heart to speak English fluently. If you have this fire in your heart, you can speak English fluently. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.